But we begin this morning with President Trump arriving in France for the start of the G7 summit. Air Force One actually just landing. Mr. Trump may get an icy reception when he meets with the leaders of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom. His arrival also comes as Iran and North Korea make new claims about test-firing missiles, and after major stock indexes in the U.S. fell sharply on Friday. The Dow lost more than 600 points after China announced retaliatory tariffs on billions of dollars of U.S. goods. President Trump fired back on Twitter by increasing tariffs already placed on China and for those scheduled to be imposed on September 1st. Paula Reed is traveling with the president at the summit in Bayonne in southwestern France. Paula, good morning.
Good morning. Dana, historically, this event has been a symbol of international cooperation. But today, these leaders are divided on pretty much every issue from Iran to trade. And President Trump arrives here in France in an increasingly isolated position, just at a time when he could use some international support for his trade war with China.
We're having a little spat with China, and we'll win it. They put some on us, we put a lot on them.
China is not even part of the G7, but it is expected to dominate the conversation at this year's summit after the world's two largest economies dramatically escalated their ongoing trade war.
I think our tariffs are very good for us. We're taking in tens of billions of dollars. China's paying for it.
On Friday, China unveiled retaliatory tariffs on roughly $75 billion worth of U.S. goods. President Trump responded by announcing he would increase existing tariffs. Earlier in the day, he ordered U.S. companies to find alternatives to manufacturing goods in China, encouraging them to move production to the U.S. The National Retail Federation released a statement saying it is unrealistic for American retailers to move out of the world's second largest economy, as 95% of the world's consumers live outside our borders. The president fired back.
I have the absolute right to do that. We'll see how that goes, but I have the absolute right.
President Trump has repeatedly tried to deflect blame for any U.S. economic turmoil to Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell.
No, I'm not happy with Jay Powell. I don't think he's doing a good job at all. I don't think he's much of a chess player.
In a speech Friday, Powell highlighted the Fed's limited power, saying setting trade policy is the business of Congress and the administration, not that of the Fed. President Trump responded, tweeting, "My only question is, who is our bigger enemy, Jay Powell or Chairman Xi?" Last year's G7 became 6-1, as captured in this photo. President Trump refused to sign the traditional agreement at the end of the summit and left early amid disputes over trade.
To manage expectations this year, the leaders are not expected to sign a joint agreement at the end of the summit, but they are expected to engage in discussions about Iran, the global economy, and even whether Russia should get to rejoin the group after being kicked out in 2014 over the annexation of Crimea. President Trump's first meeting will be with Britain's new Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, tomorrow morning. Jeff.
Okay, Paula, thank you very much.